you're going to know when persecution comes because Christians are going to get more active, and Christians are going to have more courage, and Christians are going to have more love. All the godly attributes actually come with persecution. You will know when you're being persecuted because you're a witness for Jesus Christ. And when that day comes, it may be welcome to some degree for the church.
We hear about persecuted Christians over there, right, in other places. What's the state of the persecuted church? And do you think that Americans are starting to realize that there's persecution here as well?
I think definitely when it comes to persecution, it's not if, it's when. And I think we are experiencing some persecution here in the U.S. Sometimes people, I think, take maybe a political type of persecution differently. I mean, when persecution really comes, you will know it. But there are people now that are being, I don't consider it persecution. We've been kicked off Facebook and permanently because we promoted a pro-life movie. I don't consider that persecution. It's definitely opposition, but it shows you what is coming. We have seen a shift, and so persecution is much heavier in different areas now than it was. It's still heavy in China, but not as bad. India is getting worse in some of these major countries. Islam is still, Middle East is bad. Parts of Africa are very bad. You still have terrorist groups in Colombia, South America. So persecution hasn't, and over my 30 plus years working with persecuted Christians, I think there's been a shift, but I don't think it's better or worse. I think it's kind of the same. It was really bad when communism first took over and affected a lot more people. But what we really see is you're going to know when persecution comes because Christians are going to get more active, and Christians are going to have more courage, and Christians are going to have more love. And so all the godly attributes actually come with persecution. And I think it's going to come. And I think it's here, but just a little bit. I probably don't think it's here as much as many people, because I don't see people getting routinely beat up, thrown in prison, and killed just because they're a Christian, for no other reason, right? And so when you're identifying for Christ, so you can get persecuted for political reasons, for different beliefs, but you will know when you're being persecuted because you're a witness for Jesus Christ. When that day comes, it will be, it may be welcome to some degree for the church. I think if you look, American church is shrinking a little bit, and we're having our struggles ever since COVID and after COVID, and less church attendance, less Bible engagement. We see that the studies being done, and Bible engagement is down 20-30% since COVID. But we're also seeing America is an incredible blessing to the world as it funds mission work. And I think God is honoring America still for that generosity. America has the most generous Christians in the world. I truly believe that. But I think a time will come. It's a season. I think a time will come when America faces more struggles that'll be much greater than what we think we have now.
How do you think we should be preparing for what's coming?
I think that we're blessed I think America is blessed because it blesses the world in missions. It sends out more missionaries, sends out more money. I think we should continue doing that. But I also think we should look at our hope is not in America. And sometimes I think people think it is, right? And we look at what we can accomplish in our lives, but we don't look towards the second coming. If you're preparing more for your retirement than you are the second coming, that might be a good sign, right? So Jesus says, where your money is, there is also your heart. I would say, what are you planning for? Are you doing more planning for your future? Are you doing more? Is your estate planning what you do on earth, or is it a heavenly estate for what you're doing? And the Bible talks much more about heavenly rewards than it does about earthly rewards. And so blessings on this earth are completely different than blessings in heaven. So I know we're off, the original subject a little bit.
No,
I love talking about this because I think the church needs a wake-up call. It's like, people will spend so much time. I hear them talk about it. I have the danger of myself, retirement, and how much money will I have? How will I live? Where will I live? But God is calling us to serve and to be part of his kingdom and to be part of the Great Commission, to be worshipers, to be praying and to be preparing. And then our rewards are in heaven.
This episode of Rapid Response was brought to you by CTC Math. Visit them at ctcmath.com today.